Afternoon, friends, old, new, borrowed, and hopefully not too blue. Not for long, anyway. It's Advent time. Maybe it'll cheer you up. Maybe it won't. But you'll watch it anyway, I hope. It's the 19th of December. It's a Sunday, and it's about the middle of the day. Equidistant between two busy points on my usual Sunday. Well, not my usual Sunday, but this Sunday. Man's got shit to do, and so let's get Advent out of the way nice and quick, so I have one less thing to worry about for the day that's in. 19th of December, we're on the last few laps, shall we say. Not many more sunrises to go until this beautiful, beautiful calendar of ours that we've become so accustomed to is promptly exhausted. Much like the rest of us. So day 19. Let's see what we get. Well. It did have to happen eventually, I suppose. That not only did we get another D6, but we got the same D6. Twice. Which is deeply, deeply disappointing. There is no surprise today. There is no treat. There is no shining light at the edge of this grey cloud that is Sunday the 19th of December. We don't get that. What we get is the same dice that we've had before. We get a flower dice. I could say what I've said before about the flower dice. However, it's also a D6, which allow me to explain the difficulty that comes with a D6. I'll need to go and get something. That's not a roll. The roll won't matter on this one, as you'll soon understand. Give me a moment. So, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this until the final day, but I've had to bring out the dice tray. A dice tray which looks decidedly more blue in the camera than it actually is. Maybe everything looks more blue in this light. Maybe it's sapping the colour out of my pale, fleshy skin. Who could say? But this is meant to be green. And this is, as you'll no doubt guess, a collection of all the dice that we've gotten so far. We've got our Santi die here. We got our chonky D6, back when D6s were a good thing to see. And we have another D6, another, these three boys right here. And this guy, our former flower dice, who is legally distinct from this guy, our current flower die. Yai? Yai. So you'll see the problem is that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and a duplicate of one of these for 5d6. And here are our sets. Thus far, we got a d20, a d12, we got a d10. In the tens place, we're missing a d10 in the ones place, a d8, a d6, and a d4 in that set. So there's one of two options here. Either we're going to get the missing d10 out of this one and complete that set, or we're not going to, and it's going to be one short forever. I sincerely hope it's the former, not the latter, otherwise that would be very, very frustrating. But that's what it's looking like it's going to be. That looks like where the trend is going to bring us. And the same could be said for our sparkly boys, which we haven't seen much of in a while. We got a d4, d8, a d10 in the ones place, and a d12, meaning we're missing 20, 10 in the tens place, and you see the issue. We've already had 4, 5 d6s enough today. We have the 6th, meaning that when, if ever, that outstanding d6 shows up in the next 4 days, it's not going to be much of a surprise, really. I'll say this though: if tomorrow's dice isn't in either of these sets, we're going to have to come back to the dice tray of disappointment, which is now its name, I guess. Because that means one of these two sets isn't going to be complete. I was not expecting a duplicate, and I was really hoping that the duplicate would be, if I was going to get one, that it wouldn't have been a D6. What it does mean is that I can either give both of these away, or give one away and keep one for myself, because I really want a dice with a little flower in it. I can't be that upset. Of the D6s that we got, it's better than some. But that's not great. So what do we do in this situation? Well, we have a contingency in mind. It's not a great contingency, but it's a contingency nonetheless. Seeing as we've got more D6s than we know what to do with, What I will do is the next time a D6 comes up, we're going to have to go for the backup CD. I don't want to have to do it, but I'd rather that than go without a complete set. So Golden D6 is not going to be a good one, but it's going to be a one, let me tell you. I can say nothing about this dice that hasn't been said before, and because it is the sixth of these six-sided square fucking cube boys, I'm not even going to roll it. I'm just going to get the CD that would have reflected in the roll that we haven't yet gotten in these and just look at it for a while. Black day for Advent, folks. Black day. I'm going to do what I can to try and pull it back from the edge with the best of Jethro Tull that I have available, but it's going to be a challenge because my disappointment is immeasurable and my Advent is ruined. I knew it would be today, I just didn't think it'd be the dice that'd kill me. Anyway, so this is Jethro Tull, the band. This isn't him. That's an artistic rendering of a character in the album, because this is a concept album. I'm not going to tell you the concept. I'm going to let you discover that for yourself, because this is very much an album that bears listening to. Jethro Tull's Aqualung. Now, there's a lot of Jethro Tull, and I'd be lying if I told you that I had all of it, because there's more than I have time to collect, or money to collect, depending on where you're buying it. But Aqualung is of the ones I've listened to, and the ones that I've enjoyed deeply from good old Ian Anderson. Aqualung is my personal favourite. Contentious view. I know there's a lot of fellas in their 50s that still love records that would disagree with me on that. They're more than welcome to. They're not watching this, so fuck them. This, however, from a young man's perspective, I quite enjoy this. I like the story behind it. I like a lot of the songs. I really like the artwork as well. I enjoy that. That's one I would have framed. I see a lot of myself in it, don't you know? Speaking of, hey, there he is. So we got Aqualung and all the songs that are on it. This is like an anniversary edition. So at the end of my copy of this, there's some other like additional ones and excerpts from the Ian Anderson interview, a 12 or 13 minute long track, I guess you could say. It's certainly audio, where it's someone talking to Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull fame. Beautiful man, wonderful man in all capacities, but good God, when you have your playlists on shuffle and that comes up, that's an immediate skipperoo, because it ain't songs, chief. It ain't a song. As for what songs that are actually songs that I would recommend off of this, I'm between two. If today had been a unique, yet to be seen before die, then I would probably be recommending something a little bit more optimistic, like like Your Fingers Clean, which isn't optimistic, but it's fun. It's a fun one. There's actually a very good version of Lick Your Fingers Clean on War Child as well. They sort of bear comparison. I would more strongly recommend between the two versions the Aqualung one, just because the execution is a lot more chaotic and wild, which I think anyway suits the flute playing madman better. Howsoever, because of the day that's in it, I'm going to recommend Locomotive Breath. It's one of those days. Give that one a listen and you'll fully understand why this is not the die I wanted to see today. Yeah. It ain't great. Should we at least give it a roll? Just to see? Just to see what it would have given us? Let's see if luck is on our side today, huh? Not even a bad roll. One we've seen before, but, you know, not even a bad roll. Such a shame. Such a pretty die as well. Just a pity we have two. They match. Why not? I can do something with them, at the very least. So all is not lost. Of all the ones to get duplicates of, that one's not so bad. I just have to scrape something back from this. Oh, it's a short Advent today, folks. Well, relatively short. Remember when these were like 6 minutes, 7 minutes? Not anymore. Day 19. And so we must complete our sets. See you tomorrow to see if we will.